Hi everybody, my name is Luis Vargas and in this occasion I'm going to talk about forms using Angular2 Dart. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is just create a new formulary that is going to look like this one, and every time that I enter a new value here, if the value is okay, it's going to show me a green, a green label here, and or it's going to show me a red message, a red label here, and also a message at the bottom here. Don't know if here, like here, as you can see, because this one is required, since it's invalid in fact. So how do we do that? To do that, we're gonna use something. We're gonna use the ng model and also the ng control, two directive created for this I don't know how to call it, for this feature. Okay, so let's begin with create a new project. Again, another project, and also generate content. This could be checked or not, it's up to you. I prefer to check it always. um, a web app built using Angular2. Next, this is gonna be called 07, oh, sorry, T07 forms. And this created projects for me, and this project always contains the index.html, the main.dart, and also the lead and the app component.dart and the app component.html. That's good. And also it just did a pubget for me, which is okay. As you can see, this is using the Angular.9, the beta 9. Let's change that to beta 10 and get dependencies and close this too. Okay, dependencies are okay. So now let's continue with the tutorial. Let's move this in a different place. So what is this gonna be? This is gonna be a hero for component. So let's create a new component inside the lead folder. So let's go to terminal and let's create and say cd, change directory to lead folder, and inside here I'm just gonna do ng2gen, and then from here just need to do what's the name, ng2gen component, and the name of the component is gonna be hero form component. And this is gonna create for me the hero form component folder, and this folder is gonna contain the hero form component.dart and the hero form component.html. I can now remove these two. I don't need it. I'm just gonna leave it there. Remove it. It doesn't matter. And also in the main Dart, instead of using a component, we are gonna use hero form component, and import the variable. Import the that. Import it. The app component doesn't exist anymore. Save this one, and in the index.html we change this for hero form. Ready, and also we need to change this into the hero form HTML. Sorry, here instead of hero form component, it's gonna be just hero form. Okay. So what is gonna contain this hero form? Let's put something here, something like hero form will go here. Oops. Save this and debug the application to see what happens. Did I call it 07? Isn't it 008? Oh, never mind. Okay, so this is working okay. Okay, let's change this a little bit and let's add something a little bit better. Let's add a new class called hero. Let's create that class and let's create it inside here. Most of the time we create the classes inside the classes like this one inside a model folder. Let's create it like it should be. New folder, new directory. It should be a model folder or models or domains or whatever you want to call. And inside here you create the file, the classes that represents models. And in this case it's gonna be hero. It's gonna be a dart, hero.dart. And this one is gonna contain only this class hero. It's gonna contain an ID, a name, and power, and alter ego, and also it's gonna contain a constructor. And this constructor is gonna be passed the number, the name, the power, and the alter ego, which is gonna be optional. And it's gonna contain also the toString method. As you see before in previous chapters, previous tutorials, the toString method is just to make it to string whenever you interpolate the object instead of showing the ugly instance of hero. Okay, so this is already done. So what we need now, we need to instantiate this hero from inside the hero components. Okay, so inside the hero component we need to instantiate the hero, and let's call this hero import library hero equal to new hero, and it's gonna have the ID 18, also the the name is gonna be Dr. IQ. The power is gonna be, let's select from a powers, so we need to also select a list of powers to have a list of powers. This shouldn't be here, in fact shouldn't be into the models folder and into its own application. Not in fact models folder, no, it should be inside a mocks folder or something like that. But let's leave it here by the moment. So the power is gonna be powers 0, and also the final parameter is gonna be the alter ego. The alter ego is gonna be, why I chose an error? Oh, yeah. The alter ego could be optional, as you can see it doesn't show any error, but let's add one, and let's put something like chalk over street. This adds the new hero, and also we need another variable. This is gonna be called a string. It's just gonna copy, it's too much. It's gonna be the diagnostic, and instead of model it's gonna be hero. Okay, and we need also a function called onSubmit. We're gonna see later why we need this onSubmit function. And this submitted true, so we need a boolean, public boolean submitted, and by default it's gonna be false. Okay, we have created this, and now we need to modify the hero component HTML. So what is gonna contain this? This is gonna contain a simple div, and this is gonna be a div container. Something interesting about IntelliJ is the emmet way to create HTML. So if I do div dot container, and then I just press tab, it's gonna create a div with the class container for me. This is similar to what's the name, J templates, but this is called also emmet templating. I don't know exactly. And inside this is gonna be h1, and the content is gonna be hero form. I think it's gonna be like this. No, it's not like this. h1 hero form. No. Hero form. It doesn't work completely like I think it should use content or something. And this one is gonna be form. And we're gonna put it's too long, so I'm just gonna copy and paste it. We're gonna need these two things. The first thing is gonna be a div with the class form group, and inside this div is gonna be a label, and the input that's gonna be the text, contains the text. It's an input type text, sorry, and the form control is gonna be required. And we also gonna need another input text for the alter ego. So it's gonna be almost the same as before. A div class form group, and also a label, and also an input. The class is gonna be alter ego, the form is gonna be alter ego, and we don't have any, so it should be something like id equal alter ego to make those two match. So now it doesn't show the error, and the same should be for here. I don't know if we should do this right now. I'm just gonna leave it, and it's gonna do it. Okie dokie. So we also need a third thing, that it's gonna be a button, and this button, it's gonna be edit button. It's a difficult word. Okay. So right now we have this one. So let's see how it looks. Just stop and run again to see how it looks. So as you see here, this is a little bit ugly. So to make it a little bit beautiful, we are gonna use Bootstrap CSS. Let me look for it. We're gonna use Bootstrap CSS. So this is Bootstrap, the framework, the CSS or Twitter Bootstrap framework. I think this is a kind of rare from part of Google, because they are using a third-party framework that is not using material design, and they promote a lot of material design instead of using Bootstrap. Although Bootstrap also have some themes, and you can see here the themes, and you can choose from those themes. There are some free themes, and there are some all of them that are not free. I think all of them are not free. So let's see themes. You see, you can buy this one for $99. Yeah, most of them cost $99, but you can also find some free stuff in the internet, like Bootstrap free themes, even in less or SAS. It just has a great themes free, and you can see all these themes that are free, all this Cosmo, Cyborg, and you can explore all of them. This is kind of beautiful, but by the moment I'm just gonna use this one. So getting started, and this one just say that the version is 3.3.6, and to use it we only need this. We can use it by the Bootstrap CDN. So to use it by the Bootstrap CDN, we just need to add this line. Let's see, optional themes. If you want to add a theme, we don't need to add a theme here. I just need this. I don't know if we need all. Okay, just copied all those 3 lines. Just copy this line, and we just need to add this line inside the heroes form. The index.html here, maybe here. I don't know. It could be what. It could be here. to make it look in 2 lines. Yes. So let's see. Let's reload the form. Sorry, the content, and now it looks more better. It looks better, a lot better. So now it shows this dark, what's the name? I don't remember. Okay, it shows this color at the back. I don't remember the name. And this admit it's also it's a lot better. I think that what we had before. Okay, so what else do we need to add now? So continuing with the tutorial, we are gonna add something here. Okay, we add that button, we have the styles. So the hero components, something interesting is that we don't have the hero name in here. So how do we put the hero name here? Okay, so something else that we need is to add a did we containing the list of powers to select from one of them. So to select from one of the powers, we're gonna add a list of powers inside the form. Oh, not here, but here, I think. So yes, it's gonna be a list of powers, and these powers is gonna come from the powers. And as you can see, we don't have any powers from here, but we have powers from here. So what do we need to do? Simple. Create powers in here. List of power. Powers is a string, I think. Yeah, list of a string. It's gonna be powers. It's gonna be equal to powers. And right now we have the powers, and let's see it running again. And right now we can select from the powers. So let's see again a little bit faster how it works. So basically this is a normal label, and this is the normal select from control required, and this is the important part. So what is it doing? Basically it's saying for each p of powers, it creates this variable p from the powers. For every power we set the value to the value of the option to p, the value of the power, and also we set the content to the interpolated string of p. So this one is going to be the power, the string power, and this one is going to be also the string power. So now in the form you can see the list of powers in the values, and you can select any of them. And that's cool. Okay, so what else do we need to do? What is it here? Okay, so something interesting is that the inputs has not been what's the name, binded to any value into the form, into the hero, sorry. So the next step is gonna be bind the values to the hero. So this one is gonna be the hero name, and this one is gonna be the hero.ego. I think it's alter ego, in fact, alter ego. And this one is gonna be binded to the hero.power. So let's do that. So let's go here, the name input, and this input is gonna be bind to the hero name. How do we bind? We bind using the ng model, and we also use the banana in the box notation. it's called banana in the box because it's brackets and parentheses and close parentheses and also brackets again. So this parenthesis looks like a banana and the brackets looks like a box. So this is called banana in the box. So this is also for a two-way binding. And then inside here we put the ng model. Well, I'm gonna put it in the next line to make it a little bit readable, a little bit more readable. Okay, so in here I'm just gonna put the model. It's gonna be the hero, the attribute hero dot name. So every time the hero dot name change, the hero model, the ng model of the input is gonna change, and every time the input change, the hero dot name is gonna change. So let's put something at the bottom of here. Yeah, put it here. Something like hero dot name here, and let's refresh to see how it works. So right now we have Dr. IQ, and whenever we change this one also changes. So that's what we want, and that's cool. Let's do the same for the others too. I think, let me see. No, don't do that right now. Oh yes, we do it for the next. Copy the ng model for the other controls, other form controls. ng model instead of name is gonna be alter ego. And also for the select we are gonna need something similar, but with the difference that it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same. It's gonna be ng model power. Instead model is gonna be hero alter ego or hero power. Okay, so let's see something interesting. Let's see. The power 0 is gonna be really smart. Let's put the power 3 to see it, and the power 3 is gonna be super hot. So weather changer. Oh yeah, because it's not the 3, it's the 4. Yeah, that's true. So let's change it back to 0. Now it contains the really smart, Chug Overstreet and Dr. IQ, and that's okay. So let's do something else. Let's do whenever the input change, okay, so the banana in the box has another notation that is a little bit longer here. So the notation, instead of having the banana in the box, we can also have ng model name, and saying that every time the hero name change, it's gonna be set to the ng model, and the ng model is gonna change, so the value in the input is gonna change. And also, but to make it two-way binding and two-way in two directions, we also need the ng model change. Oh, I chose this horrible thing. Okay, so make this equals to hero.name, and this is gonna be equals to what? To event. Yeah, because the event is gonna contain the change. That's why. So the change is gonna be the new value, and the new value is gonna be set to the hero.name. So this is the same as before, but a lot longer, more difficult to understand also. So let's put again the hero name. Let's display again the hero name. So stop and run. as you can see, it changed again. So oops, I shouldn't do that. This is a longer wait, so I'm just gonna return as it was before, undo as it was before, and we're gonna do something now. We're gonna add the directive ng control. So to the to this input, we're gonna add the directive ng control. And this ng control is gonna have the value name, and this value name it's the same as the ID. Where did I put the ID? I didn't put ID. Oh, sorry, this is not here. It should be here. So the ng control is the same as the ID. This ID is not needed at all. I just put it because this red value, it bothers me. It's completely unneeded. I'm just going to remove it to show you. So what it matters is this ng control name. It doesn't show in red. No, it shows in red now. So let's see what happens. What it does. So this one adds some stuff to the input. Let's inspect this input. And inspected this input, as you see, it has the ng valid, ng pristine, and ng touch. Let's see the other input, if it has the same values. It has the same classes, sorry. And if I click the ng touch, it's gonna disappear. I think no, it's not gonna disappear. If I change the value, I think ng pristine is gonna disappear. Yeah, now it's ng touch and it's ng dirty, and it's still ng valid. When we make it invalid, when we remove all the values, right now is ng invalid. So what I'm gonna do is now play with CSS, with the style, to make it just to play with the colors of the CSS. So let's put a name to this one, to this ID, and let's display the values changing also, to make it to see what is happening every time that we click. And let's call this as before, but instead of, we are going to use this notation, the sharp, the pound sign, and also let's put the ID is going to be name. So let's put a display in here, an interpolation of name dot, and the values is going to be class name. Okay, so let's see. Wow. So right now, as you can see, it has front control, ng on touch, ng valid, ng pristine. And if we could go here, and we can see that it has the same class name. Class name refers to the class, the element, the HTML element class. So it has front control, ng on touch, ng valid, and ng pristine. When you click, it changes to touch. No, when you blur, you click and blur, it changes from untouched to touched. When you change it, change from pristine to dirty. And when you make it invalid, change from valid to invalid. You see, ng invalid. And when you make it valid again, change from invalid to valid. And also this is dirty, and this is also touched, because we already changed the values. I think that is with Dr. IQ. It was like this. Yes. Okay, so what we need to do now, we just need to play with the CSS. And our objective is put a little, this border is going to be green when it's valid and red when it's invalid. So let's add this to the CSS. So how are we gonna add a CSS? We only need add the CSS here, the hero form component, and let's just create a new file and call it hero form component.css. In fact, to me, calling it component is not a good idea because it's a component. It's up to you if you want to call component every time, but I don't like to call it component every time. To me, just be the hero form, and that should be enough, but it's up to you. So most of the time people just call component. I don't know if I think the convention is called component, but I don't know. I don't like it. It's too long. So in the CSS, I'm just gonna add the CSS. So I'm gonna add two CSS, the valid and the invalid CSS. So the valid is gonna change the border the left border to have 5 pixels width. It's gonna be solid and it's gonna have this color. Why it doesn't show? Okay. Okay, it shows this is the color. I don't know why it doesn't show the color here. You can click in here and it shows the color. I don't know why it doesn't show the color only. I don't know if this is a change in the new version, but IntelliJ shows the color. You can also change the color from here to a color to come. You can change, you see. So let's have those two colors and let's see how it looks now that we have the ng valid also. And like in the video, we need to add the styles URL. Styles URLs, and it's gonna be hero form component.css, and this wait for a list, not for a const. It's gonna be, I don't know why it has too much. It can accept too many styles. I think I understand why, but I don't know. It's okay having this, but it's kind of annoying. Okay, so stop and run again. It doesn't work. So let's see what happens. So right now those two are valid. That's why it's green. So when we make it invalid, when we make it required, it changed to red. The same for here. This one is always gonna be green. I don't know why this one is not. That's weird. It's in required. It's not required. The alter ego, yes, it's optional. It's true. Okay, so style CSS. We are gonna add also a new alert box or something else to show that the name is required, so that the user knows why the input is incorrect. So we need to add here at the bottom of here a small alert saying that this is required, so the user knows. So to add an alert, it's kind of simple in using Bootstrap. Instead of this class name, I'm just gonna change it and yes, and put this alert, and this is gonna be the class alert, and the type is gonna be alert danger, and the name is required. Most likely in next video I'm gonna show you how to use a components, a framework, a toolkit that have been created, I have been creating, and it's called ng2 strap. It's basically a fork from Bootstrap UI. The Bootstrap UI was made using TypeScript, and ng2 strap is made using Dart. So maybe next video is gonna show you that. But at the moment we're gonna use the normal Bootstrap code. So this hidden, as I said, it's hidden whenever the name is valid. If the name is invalid, it's gonna be showed, and the class is gonna be alert and alert danger. These two classes are needed to make the style of an alert. So let's see. And as you can see now, it has the name is required, and we have an error. Why do we have this error? Oh, it's too much. Valid is not found. Why valid is not found? Because it's on a string. Okay, I think that I know what it is. Let me check if I think that I skipped one step. I think I skipped one what's the name? One attribute, one form. I skipped one directive, and it's this directive, the ng form directive. Input. Okay, so what I need to do now is to add the ng form directive. So I need to say that this input is gonna be attached to the ng form, to the parent ng form. So what is the input? This input name is gonna be attached to the ng form. So let's see, I think that I need to also add to this ng form and ng form. Let me see. Ng form. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Oh. Now it works, at least partially. So let's see. When it's invalid, it shows name is required. So what happens here? So with that ng form, with just this directive, we are telling that this element is gonna be attached to an ng form. So the previous the name refers in here. What is this name? Refers to this element, refers to the entire HTML element. When we use this ng form, we're using a directive, so this is converted to an ng directive, an Angular directive, and so that right now it has the valid attribute. Okay, so let's add something similar to, let's add something else to the submit button and to this form also. So what else do we need to do? We need to check whenever this is invalid. We need to make this unclickable. We need to disable this button. So to make it disable, we need to just add the attribute disabled and check for the hero form is valid or not valid. So not only this one, the entire form. So let's check for the entire form. So in this button, we need to add this disable attribute inside brackets, and we're gonna say hero form valid. And how do we know which one is the hero form? we don't have any reference to here, so this one is gonna be the hero form. So we need to create a reference. So it's gonna create the reference, gonna be hero form, and in this moment we have created the reference. So let's try it right now. Oh, let's close this one. So right now we have this one, and this one is invalid, and we have an error. Let's see the error. And debugger error console. What is the error? The error is in the observe, and the error should be here. No, this is not an error. Debug. It's not debugging. Yes, we have the error here. So this one is no should method for not found for form valid. So it happens the same as before that we have in the input. So what we need to do, we need to do this reference equal to an ng form directive. So this directive is gonna add to this, to the entire element, the ng form attributes. It's kind of difficult, but at the same time it's a lot better than before, I think. I don't know if in new version, if they are gonna change something in here, but in any case I like how they are changing this. It's gonna be a lot of breaking change from previous version, but I kind of like those changes. So as make it empty. This is required, and this one is disabled. So I cannot click in here. Now I make it again valid, and this one is clickable. So what else do I need to do with the type button? Since the button is a submit button, I don't know I don't should create an onClick function in here. What I need to create in fact is a form here for the form, and uniquely and onClick even here. On submit. So it should be a submit, and it's not gonna be just submit. In this case it's gonna be ng submit, and this one is gonna be equals to the onSubmit method. And we cannot just reference this one. So this onSubmit method is the one that we created at the beginning, and this one, and it's gonna make the variable submitted equals to true. So we can put a breakpoint here, rerun again, and when I click here, it's go to the breakpoint, and submitted by default is false, and then continue. Now it should be true, so whenever I click again, it's gonna be true. So submitted is already true. Yes, it's true. So what are we gonna do with this value? We are gonna show the value that has been submitted. So let's create a new, let's put the form inside a new div, and hide it whenever we submit. Inside this div, let's put a enter here and enter here, and let's put a Ctrl-Alt-T surround with tag, and this tag is gonna be a div element, and this is gonna contain the hidden, and it's gonna be hidden whenever submitted. So let's try if it works. So when I click submit, it should be hidden. Let's see. Okay, go back, and it's hidden now. So let's remove this breakpoint. So what else we can do? We can show the values that we have submitted, and for doing that I'm just gonna create a new div, and inside that div I'm just gonna put the values of the submitted form. So here, instead of, okay, Control Alt T, Control L to format these lines, and I'm just gonna create a new div here, and this div is gonna contain the submitted values. So it's gonna say your submitted values is gonna be the following values, and it's gonna contain a row and a column of 3, 3, 9, and 3, 9, and 3, 9. And of the end, a button that says that is type default, and it's gonna make the submitted equal false. So let's see how it works. So we have an error. Why is the error? Model. Okay, we have model here. It should be hero, because I call it hero in the form, in the component. In here I call it hero. In the sample they call it model. I don't like being called model. It's up to you if you want to call it model or not. I prefer to call it like the name of the variable. Most likely it could be, but I don't know. Okay, just stop and run again. Now it's this one. Let's try this. It's empty. Require is the super hot submit, and this is the values submitted. You submitted the following: name ASDF, ASDF, and super hot. So edit again, and I hope you like this video. I think that this is everything. Let me check. Yep, this is everything. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to comment in here if you have any question or suggestion, and don't forget to share, and don't forget to click on the like button. Thank you.